Hi, I'm Jansen Chikompo, and you're watching NBA 2K.
It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Hey everybody, Ernie Johnson here with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. We're wrapping up the NBA regular season in style here on 2K Sports. Tonight, we'll see the Los Angeles Lakers playing against the San Antonio Spurs. Well, for San Antonio, they're sitting at 500 over the last 10 games, kind of treading water. They'd really like to make a splash over the next few games.
Luck, Marcus.
Please. Enjoy your first and last game in the league, chump.
C-Web this evening, all the makings of a up-tempo affair. A lot of speed on the floor. They love to play, both these teams, at a very high pace.
They're trying to get good looks early in the clock, and I'll tell you why. Against a better defensive team, why slow the ball up and wait for them to get set? Against better defensive teams, you must speed up the pace to get an open shot. In the NBA, an open shot from a player that's in his skill set is a great shot. It doesn't matter if it's with 1 second left on the shot clock or with 20 seconds on the shot clock. So why not speed the pace up, see if you can get that early look. If not, bring it back out and then set up a play. But run, get it going, and see if you can get some easy looks early.
A look at the San Antonio Spurs opening lineup. Inside, it's the veterans, Aldridge and Gasol. Young is out there with Green, and it's Anderson in at the 3 slot. With the putback, the rebound by Anderson. An even 3-on-3 break. Looking for Young, he gets it there. Lopez with the block, but they recover it. Gasol passes to Young. Good, and the assist goes to Gasol. Young's got his second basket of the game.
Just a forceful finisher. You can tell Young welcomes the challenge, taking the hit, yet still able to convert.
Now here is Smith. Ingram kicks to AI. In the corner, it's Harris. Back to Smith. Just 5 on the clock. Lopez sets a screen for Smith. Harris. And the Lakers with another miss.
Something affected him on that shot, and it wasn't the defense.
Green against Harris. Green, the pass to Young. And it's off from three-point range. Lakers have gone 0 of 4, missing their first 4 field goals here. Smith with a wide open look. Knocks down the 3-ball.
And it's not hard to see AI out there in an NBA uniform and not be reminded of that huge dunk he pulled off while playing in China. I still remember that play going viral.
Yeah, Greg, he was the talk of basketball after pulling off that dunk, and it actually helped him kickstart his path to the NBA. It's incredible, isn't it, how a dunk can change a career?
I mean, you talk about the mystique and allure of Los Angeles. The Lakers are undoubtedly the #1 show in LA. Truly one of the great franchises in the NBA.
Aldridge sets up the pick now for Young. Aldridge, the pass to Gasol. Aldridge trying to break free. And the rebound paying off as they pick up 2 on the second chance bucket right there.
Look, he doesn't waste time. Once he gets the rebound, he does what he should. Goes right back up with it.
Smith against Young. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Spurs will take it. Now let's send it down to David Aldridge, who was able to talk with Greg Popovich.
Well, Kevin, he said for them to be successful, they have to act like, and I quote, a swarm of angry bees, unquote, every time the ball goes into the post. If they don't, he thinks they're going to be in for a long night. Kevin?
Thank you, David. Here's what the Lakers are going with right now. Zubac is checked in for Lopez. Julius Randle comes in for Kyle Kuzma. Josh Hart, he's checked in for Ingram. And it's Lonzo Ball in for Harris. Here's Murray following the bucket by the Lakers. Aldridge a screen. And here's Gay outside. Once again off the mark by San Antonio. Smith kicks to Hart. Young against Smith. Pass to Hart. Smith outside. Lakers passing it around. Down low. Oh, a nice defensive play to disrupt the alley-oop. Young with no one around. Here's Gay. Uses the glass to finish the layup.
The scoring skills of Gay aren't just limited to the mid-range and his perimeter. This is a guy who can get it done from the inside as well, thanks to his fantastic length.
So timeout called here, the first for Los Angeles. They come into this having outplayed the Clippers last game.
Away from home, you got to execute, and they did that.
And it's Gay at the elbow. Shoots over Ingram. The shot missing. So the Lakers will take it the other way. Last time they met was right here, and they came out with the win.
In the previous meeting was a win for them and a huge day for the bench. The reserves really stepped it up with their scoring.
The spark those guys gave them was massive. I mean, they always love seeing points off the bench.
Brook Lopez is out there with Kyle Kuzma. Then it's Ingram. Then there's Harris. And it's AI in at the point guard position. That's the Laker 5.
You know, effective from the interior. Young is someone who looks to score once he's that close.
In the corner, it's Ingram. Back to Smith. From 11 feet away and off the left side of the rim, and it swirls in for him. AI's got 7. You know, Greg, when you talk about AI, you have to mention that he was playing in China before getting a chance here in the NBA.
And just reading about his time in China, it seems like that whole experience was a harsh dose of reality for AI that never quite felt at home. And while he did improve his game, I know he is glad to be back in the States.
Three minutes of action so far in the second quarter. And Danny Green, a terrific shooter who also, Greg, happens to give you great production on defense.
Yeah, and I have to say, Green's probably alone in history with his shooting and defense. Only player to ever have 6 or more seasons with at least 50 blocks and 73s. You know, it might be arbitrary checkpoints, but nevertheless, it illustrates just what Green brings to the table. A consistent 3 and D player.
And Kyle Anderson gets the whistle that time. That's his first foul. Smith against Young. Smith kicks to Kuzma. Harris passes to Smith. Clock at 6. Ingram left side. Here's Lopez, and there's another one for the Lakers.
Yeah, Kevin, he's using all that size in the paint. Lopez, he's always excelled, and he capitalizes in this area of the court.
Screened by Young. And Gasol now top of the key. There's the triple. Rebound by Brook Lopez.
They haven't been able to count on his scoring tonight, but still, here they are in the lead.
And that one's good. AI. And you talk about getting thrown into the fire. We're seeing the first NBA minutes for AI in one of the biggest games of the season. This team must believe in him to look his way with everything on the line.
And if you follow the news, you might have heard the story of how AI came to land on this team. This is as pressure-packed a debut as it gets, and AI has to be both terrified and elated right now.
And Lopez has it in the corner. And good coming on the assist by AI. Now it's a 5-point Los Angeles lead. We'll see if they want to trade 2 for 1 here.
Got to time up that clock to do so.
Gasol a screen. Gay dishes to Young. To halt the run. A rebound by the Lakers.
His percentage from the field is not very strong this quarter.
For 3, Smith. Good defensive work there by Young. Spurs trail by 5. A floater. Kuzma pulls it in. Kuzma's got his 3rd rebound tonight.
And he's really trying to get them back into it, but the results just have not been there.
Here's Smith. Good defensive work there by Young. Here's Anderson. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Smith fires from way outside. That shot, no good. And we're through the first half of basketball here, and what's been a good one. Los Angeles on top. They're up by 3. It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Thanks, Brooke. Where is this team right?
All right, Dave, thank you. And time now for the halftime break with the third quarter soon to follow. Well, both sides have assessed what they need to do over the break in halftime. We'll see now if one can pull out a way here in the third. AI really making a difference here.
Yeah, the kind of leadership he provides, the pinpoint passing, we saw it all there on display in that first half.
Well, as a finisher, you're expected to play in that kind of environment because you know you can get the ball at any time.
Here's who Greg Popovich is starting in the second half. Inside, it's the veterans, Aldridge and Gasol. Green out there with Young. And it's Anderson in at the small forward. Rebounded by the Lakers. Harris has got 3 rebounds now in this one. Well, great leaping ability. Such an advantage in this game of basketball, Chris, when you think about the bigs who can control that kind of part of their game. Who comes to mind for you?
But you have to go out there to look at that man, DeAndre Jordan. I mean, he dunks, it looks like a Nerf hoop. He just throws it up there, the way that he gets up. Or how about Drummond, the way that he can get 20 rebounds in just a second. How quick he is at getting that second step and going back up. And I think of athletic big men. I think of Andre Drummond as one of the most athletic big men that I've ever seen in my time playing basketball.
Now let's go to the sideline and catch up with our Hall of Famer, David Aldridge.
Well, LaMarcus Aldridge and the Spurs got through some tension in their relationship early on. Now, Greg Popovich said, it became apparent that it really was me. He'd been in the league for 9 years. I'm not going to turn him into some other player. That was just silly. So we took care of it, and he's been fantastic. Guys?
That's why Pop is the best in the business, DA. He's always going to figure it out. Thanks.
Nights like this, you can see how AI's long, hard journey to the NBA made him the competitor he is.
Here's Young. It's good. Only a few seconds into the shot clock. Young's got 8 points.
They needed that. They were getting a little tense after starting the half 0 for 3.
And the Lakers call time here.
And really, whether you're up or down, it's a game of adjustments.
Well, yeah, he might have seen something he wants to exploit, but we'll see what they run coming out of this.
Big group substitution here for the Lakers. Zubac. Here's AI. 14 points for him.
And up until very recently, AI was grinding away in the G League. And from what I hear, he made a lot of progress with his approach to the game and fine-tuning his skill set.
And more, Greg, there are players who just figure it out when they get in the G League. You wonder if AI is the next player to make a successful leap. Gay misses.
It's clear this just isn't his night. I mean, if they're going to keep him on the floor, I think his best role would be to be a decoy.
Well, it was the San Antonio Spurs in their last game, a loss to the Pelicans in New Orleans.
You know, they're the visiting team. It's a loud arena, very distracting at times, but simply no excuse for missing a ton of free throws.
And did you notice how each miss fired up the crowd even more? It became a vicious cycle.
Yep, it counts.
Oh, man, he's just toying with the D. Look how well AI sees everything that's going on around him.
A shot by Young. And the miss. And that's going to do it for the third quarter. Lakers lead by 4. And time for the short break, and stay right where you are. The fourth quarter is coming up next. And it's time now to bring you our State Farm assist of the game.
And, you know, you can always count on him for at least a couple of these pretty assists over the course of a game. And this one, a thing of beauty.
This is how you quarterback an offense. He sees and anticipates what the defense is doing.
Welcome back as we get rolling once more. The fourth quarter right ahead in what's been a very well-contested game. On the perimeter, Caldwell Pope and Ingram. Kyle Kuzma is out there with Randall, and it's Smith in at the 1 spot. That's who's in the game for the Lakers. Shot clock at 5. For three, Caldwell Pope. Rebounded by the Spurs. Anderson in the post. He's covered by Ingram. They get it back, and Gasol gets it to go.
And really, Gasol just never stops attacking the boards, just utterly relentless at pounding the glass.
Ingram outside. The pass to Caldwell Pope. Smith against Young. Kuzma with a screen on Young. Ingram kicks to Smith over Young. AI, no good. San Antonio trailing here. Outside, Green. Gay outside. Pass to Young. Gasol a screen to tie it up. And right through it goes.
You know, smart at just recognizing spacing and timing. Young very adept at scoring in the screen in that pick and roll.
Smith against Young. Ingram outside. Kuzma with a screen on Anderson. Goes up the baseline. AI, no good.
Off target with was what? Pretty good look from mid-range.
Green against Caldwell Pope. Now, here is Young. He's tightly guarded, so they take the lead. Young's got 4 points now in the quarter.
The sweet ball handling skills of Young. He just enjoys busting out a move there from time to time.
Timeout called the Lakers.
And Pau Gasol really on the tail end of what has been a Hall of Fame career. He's a two-time champion, international star, nothing left to prove, but still manages to put up points with his sharp approach to the game.
Lopez, he's checked in for Los Angeles. Harris comes in for Caldwell Pope. LaMarcus Aldridge, he's checked in for San Antonio. Ginobili comes in for Danny Green. And the Lakers.
All right, everybody, hold up. Hey, keep it tight. Don't let up on Marcus. You got that?
Yeah, we clear. I understand.
All right, man. Now, look, let's bring this W home. Bring it in.
Let's do it.
Ready? Break!
On defense, the Spurs. Here in the fourth quarter, their defense has been very strong, allowing no baskets. Young against Smith. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him. And if AI is familiar to anyone, you might remember him from his college days. Played a big role in a college tournament run not too long ago.
And unfortunately for AI, he got a little ahead of himself and declared after that run. And NBA scouts felt he just wasn't ready and ended up going undrafted. Just seems like he needed more time to mature, but I'm guessing he wished he stayed another year in college. And they're forcing the ball inside, and it's working like a charm.
Out left to the wing. Three-pointer. Rebound, San Antonio. Gasol's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Here's Young. And no good that time. So Los Angeles will take it the other way. Smith, the pass to Lopez. And good coming on the assist by AI. Smith's got 5 assists in the game. Here's Young. Rebounded by the Lakers. A minute 50 left in the fourth quarter. From the arc. And again, it's the Lakers from deep.
And that could not come at a better time. AI willing to put the team on his back in big situations.
San Antonio calls timeout. They're behind by 3. And there's a minute 45 left in the game. And now we've got a moment for our Jordan player of the game, AI.
And to me, the best part of his game has been the work he's done inside. I mean, slashing, driving the lane, attacking the basket at every chance. When he's had an opening, he's taken it.
Anderson, he's checked in for the Spurs. Green comes in for Manu Ginobili. Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
During that break, Greg Popovich really had some strong advice for his team. He said, guys, we need to play with pace, and that'll get us some early fast break opportunities. We're playing way too predictable right now. Guys.
Aldridge. Moves back up. That's tipped.
7'3" wingspan. Ingram's reach makes him a defensive factor.
Kyle Kuzma's checked in for Randall. And we're about 3.5 minutes into the fourth quarter. And there's the foul. It'll go on AI. And that'll be his third foul so far. Los Angeles on D. It's a three-point game. Feeds it to Aldridge. Shoots over Kuzma. And he gets that one to go off the front iron.
His mid-range game is what sets Aldridge apart from the other bigs in our league. He's about as accurate a shooter as you'll find among players with his size.
Harris kicks to Kuzma. Here's AI with a three. And it's Brook Lopez with the foul. That is his first foul of the game.
Those could be the points that decide this ball game. I mean, when they need him to step up, AI is there for him.
Spurs trail by 4. .58 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. Here's Young. And it's Ingram with the rebound. For Los Angeles, they've gone 3 of 7 from the floor in the fourth. That's a 42% mark in the quarter.
Being the 27th pick in the 2017 draft, Kuzma's made his mark early, already surpassed expectations.
And a tough break is his second attempt at the line. No good.
And not as productive a trip as you would like, but they're still in a pretty comfortable position.
Good. And he has brought them to within 2 points.
Well, guys separate themselves by how they perform in clutch situations. Give this man his props.
Passes to Ingram. Sinks it.
No fear. The young fella Ingram showing he's up for the challenge.
Time called here. The Spurs decide to talk it over. They're trailing by 4. We've got 28 seconds left to play in the final quarter. We've got 28 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. And an intentional foul right there. He drops the first one, and that puts them up by 5.
And some think that Harris had an easy path to the league due to his privileged upbringing, but he's proven he belongs. Time working against them here.
It's going to be crazy hard right now to catch up. They need a quick score and a quick foul.
Young dishes to Gasol. Fires from deep. Young's shot is off, and he commits the intentional foul. He drops the first one, and that increases their lead to 6.
Yeah, and the second pick in the 2016 draft out of Deep, Brandon Ingram, possessing a rare combination of length and shooting ability.
And here's Gasol outside. And so Los Angeles takes the win. It was up for grabs right until the final seconds.
Yeah, and for me, Kevin, what stood out is just the overall trust this group has in one another when it matters most. Doing what had to be done and to send these fans home happy.
And that about does it for the final game of the NBA regular season.
Hey, Big Tune. Hey, I didn't think I'd see you here.
I'm here as a fan, not as a scout. Thanks for the show.
Hey, man, so what you think? Am I running yet?
Hey, this is just the beginning, kid. But you're going to have a lot of teams to choose from this summer. I'll make sure of it. Welcome to the NBA.
Hey, thank you. Thank you.
right here.
Hey, stop recording my face, bro. This is your boy, right? This is Storm.
AI, you had a tremendous game tonight, and I'm sure there'll be many more to come. Well, let's start with your name first. AI, what does that stand for?
That's my name.
What it do, youngin'? Hey, appreciate you meeting with me.
Yeah, you can, thank my agent for that.
Yeah? He happened to mention why I wanted to sit down?
Nah, you know, just told me to keep an open mind.
So when you moving to a new spot?
Oh, you know, a couple weeks back.
I still remember my first check, man. Had a little Knicks logo in the top corner. Next day, I went out and bought me a watch all frosty. 3 weeks later, on the road in Miami, hit up Mansion post game, and the next morning, woke up, poof, 200 large, gone.
You heard of insurance?
I thought I was gonna play forever. Like Vince Carter, collecting a paycheck and a pension. Last thing I remember was James Harden's grin. He hit me with that half cross, half carry thing he likes to do, and I'm waiting for the step back, and next thing I see, black. Woke up in Cedars. Mama was sitting there with a Bible on her lap while the doctor told her that I had hypertrophic cardiomyopathy. Means my heart muscles were so swollen the blood couldn't pass through no more. Doc told me I could never play ball again. It's the worst day of my life. I mean, hoop was my identity, man. It was my reason. After that, man, I just spun out, you know? People try to reach out, you know, all the dudes from around the league that you'd expect. Oh, try to make me feel better, but I wasn't hearing them. Wasn't long before I was back in my mama's crib in Jersey. Same single bed, flat broke. It's amazing how quick the cheese melts. Humbling. Comes for us all. Matter of fact, I still remember the first time I saw you playing the Dykeman. You was a freshman. So cocky, you'd make LeVar Ball blush.
Oh, all right. So that's why you took my ankles, huh? Man, I remember. People still send me gifts of that.
That's why you so salty, huh? Man, you are competitive. I get it. No one likes to clown it. Man, the reason I did that, though, man, you was out there stealing my shine, man. I couldn't just relinquish the crown, man. It's Dykeman.
I know, man. They never let you forget.
Right? Man. So we good?
Yeah, man, we good.
All right. See, the real reason I'm here, man, I want to manage you.
Oh, okay.
Look,
Yo, man, have you ever managed anyone?
I mean, technically, you're the first player I've ever even approached about this. But wait. You know, the last few years, I was coaching AAU, and I was finishing up my finance degree. You know, I've been paying my dues.
I don't know, man. Like, what's an undrafted free agent even need with a manager? You know, agent and lawyer got me covered.
No. Listen, they're deal makers. I handle the day-to-day. I'm talking media, endorsements. For instance, how much you paying for this crib, huh?
I don't know, 6.
6. It's a new apartment building over on Park that's willing to let you live there rent-free if you just mention them on social media. I got a car dealership and a furniture warehouse that's willing to do the same thing. That's a new crib and a new car gratis. I mean, it might not be glamorous, but listen, you gotta think about this. Do you want to be the kid with the frosty wrists? Or the one with the diversified portfolio, huh? Look, our past wouldn't even pass a sobriety test. But we made it back. You survivors. The real ones. Just imagine what we could do together, man. That's all I'm asking. Just imagine it, man.
Hey, you know what? I don't have to think about it. I'm in.